Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd with Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. If you haven't heard, which you probably have, the West was devastated by wildfires this last summer. Here in Western Canada, British Columbia, we had fires that we just never seen the like of before. We had entire towns flattened, entire communities just devastated. Every house burnt, every building burnt. It was an awful, awful summer. Well, luckily the fall is here, and rains have put out the fires, and we've got things mostly under control now. And it's time for me to head into the backcountry and see what kind of damage was done to my claims. This trip here, I've got 3 days to check out 3 claims and see what they look like. Also, I will be taking advantage of, the after fire phenomenons like mudslides and washes and stuff like that to see what kind of, prospecting could be done freshly after a fire. Not necessarily the happiest occasion because we were sure devastated and a lot of people lost a lot. But let's go see what it looks like. Wish me luck, and I hope you enjoy. So here I am heading up to one of our common dig sites here. This is actually an agate claim, and you can see the hills are just dead. Everything around us burnt. Everything. I stopped right here actually because of that wash. I wanted to go check things out in that wash. But, looking around me right now, I don't see one live tree. Oh, way off there in the distance, there's one live one. Very, very sad. Anyhow, let's go look at that wash and see what we can find. Didn't even get over to the wash, just in the road itself. There's a Redskin agate crystal nodule. Here's another one, agate white, clear, and then quartz crystals in the center. And there's just a pure banded agate. Beautiful looking things. But let's go check out the wash itself. So after a big fire like that, the hillside is devastated. There's nothing alive left up there. There's nothing down in the ground holding it together. No roots, no, pine needles that are just like matting it down. There's nothing holding the ground together. So after a big rainstorm, after a fire, these washes bring down a huge amount of material from the hillside above. This is a great place to start looking to see what kind of material those hills contain. Now, this is not a gold spot, but if it was a gold spot, I'd be looking for quartz, ironstone, mineralized rock. This is one of my agate sites. So what I'm doing is looking down through all of this stuff for some agates. And I found some right away. Let me show you. So here's one just laying there. There's a typical Redskin agate. You can tell the red skin, the white just underneath the layer, the outer layer, and then agate inside. Not a great one. I found much better already. There's one that's just gray agate under a red skin. Ooh, I put 2 in my pocket already. Oh, more than 2. There we go. Here's some of the agates I found in this watch. This is a typical red skin. You can see just a little bit of the agate underneath the skin, but it's mostly intact. Here's one that's completely intact. You can't see any agate, but underneath that will be agate. There's another red skin. Here, let me look at it. That was a dirty one. Anyhow, there's agate, white opal, Redskin. Nice. Where's my sprayer? There it is. There we go. I will take some close-ups of some of the nicer ones to include in here. It's more of a crystal nodule, but finding that in 5 minutes on the wash tells me that right up here somewhere is a hard rock bluff that's shedding Redskin agates. And this isn't my claim. This is actually an unclaimed area. So I will investigate this more to see if it's something I might want to claim. So I was able to follow the evidence of Redskin agates up the draw, and it definitely leads up and to the right. So I'm thinking over there, up there somewhere, there's going to be a good Redskin hard rock deposit. I'm not going to hike up there this trip, or at least not right now. I want to head up the road and still see what the rest of the site looks like. Oh, there's one right there. Redskin agate. So let's see what we found in this wash before I move on to the next. We found a bunch of round redskins, bunch of fragments, some with banding. There's more round ones. Round. One big seam. That's a big seam agate with nice banding in it. One larger one, and the large pieces seem to be crystal nodules. So it looks like the agates will only fill in so far. On big voids, they turn to quartz crystals inside. That's good to know. Let's go find the next one, which I think is just up the road. So here's another wash, even bigger, much bigger actually than the last one, coming from the exact same hillside. I have a feeling I'll find the same results in it, but I'll have a quick look to find out. This is interesting. I'm only like 200 meters down the road from the last one, and I'm not finding any agate nodules, no round ones. Now, I've only walked like 2 minutes, but in the other wash, in that time, I would have picked up 2 or 3 of them. And I'm not seeing them here. That will definitely tell me, give me some information about where they might be coming from. Well, I'll look some more. Oh, that might be one. There we go. Our first little agate nodule. And if you're thinking that, I must be very lucky to have found those in the first wash I looked at, or they must be everywhere if you found them in the first wash. Actually, I stopped at 3 before that last one, and there was just nothing in any of those 3. So I didn't bother starting to film until I got to this spot, which is getting closer to where we know the agates are. And, of course, I found them, but you knew that already. Now that was a big one when it was whole. That would have been the size of a basketball, and hollow would have been a geode. Oh, there's one. So definitely a different deposit here. Some big crystal nodules. Very few of the smooth nodules. A lot more jagged or seams. Definitely a different deposit in this wash. So this one looks like it's gonna be nice. Oh yeah. Okay. Narrowing down on this deposit. Another wash to check out. Stop and check this one out. This is closer to where we know the agates to be. So this wash has potential for possibly some bigger ones. This is just a piece of one, and it was bigger, that's for sure, and some really neat banding in it. I had high hopes for that wash, but after an hour-long hike up the wash, way up there, I didn't come out with very much. I had that really nice one right off the start, and right at the very end, I got another nice nodule, actually 2 of those right side by side, but, not much great stuff for the rest of the hike up there. So far, the first wash has been the best. Let's see if number 4 is any better. The weather report today said I was supposed to have sun with clouds, not rain. And I had snow earlier too. Anyhow, this wash is showing a lot more potential. Just in a few square feet, I found a whole bunch. So time to go for a walk up this wash and see what I find. Number 4 wash might be where it's at. There's that nice one. Little guys kicking around everywhere in this little gravel here. Oh, there's another. Oh, let me pick it out. Another. Okay, I might be on a hot spot. Look at that beauty stuck down in the mud. See if I can break it free. Oh! Apparently I need a shovel or something to dig this out. I can't get it out. Oh! There's another one. Anyhow, I could get that out. It ended up being a real nice one. That's why it was hard to break out. It was only the tip sticking out of the mud. It was big. Apparently I need to bring a digging tool with me. These are stuck down in here good. And digging with rocks and sticks just doesn't seem to cut it. There we go. Beauty. I just found a honker. It's a nice one. Nice color, nice size, nice shape, nice solidness, everything. But it's starting to rain hard. And the last place you want to be when it's raining hard is in one of these flash flood trenches. So I might want to head back to the truck and wait for it to pass. It's not really a flash flood trench. It's just, a draw that if enough water comes down, it'll start to flow again. There we go. There's the honker of the day. Check it out. That is a massive Redskin agate. Oh, there's a little guy right above it. Honker. That one I'll definitely have to take home and cut. See what's inside. I am very disappointed in this rain right now. It is too dangerous to be out in these draws, and it's too dangerous to stay up here because there's too much of a chance that a mudslide could cover the road and trap me up here. So I kind of gotta pack up and get out of here. But I'm having so much fun. I'm finding so much great material. I might have to come back tomorrow if it's dry. I will definitely come back to finish this video. I planned on actually going to 3 different sites in this video. There's way too much good stuff here. I'll have to make this its own video. But I have to come back when the rain stops. It's too dangerous to be here. After a forest fire, when it's raining hard, too much material moves around. Too much of a chance of a mudslide over the road. Gotta get out of here. Hopefully, I get to continue this video tomorrow, and we'll see you there. Well, back for day 2. Much nicer day. The sun is out. It's a gorgeous day. I've actually been up hiking the hills for the last 2 hours already. It is amazing out here. The rain last night washed everything down. I found lots of agates already, but it's time to go back and check out the rest of these washes and see what I can find. What I was doing for the morning is up in the hills behind me here, I was trying to track down where the best agates were coming down. So each wash I would go up and evaluate the fragments, the agates, how much, how big, trying to see where the best stuff was. So far, that mountain right there seems to have had the best. It's getting better and better as I go this way, so let's go check out this one, see if it's any better. Well, there's my first one from this new wash. Sort of a creamy orange inside, very different. I see one right there too, kind of just fragments. And where else did I see something? There's a seam. Oh, there's something. Again, milky fragments. Look at the patterns in that agate. Wow. And another one. Look at the patterns. This site's definitely got the pretty sort of reds and creams and everything in it. And another nice one. This one's buried in the mud. Oh, look at that. There's one right there too. Agate. But this is a nice one. Oh. It's moving. This is tough mud. When things are stuck in it, they're stuck. I need a rock or something to pry with. Oh, there we go. That is a nice one. Look at the red, the carnelian agate on the outside. That one's been out in the sun for a long time. That one's definitely got to get cut to see what that looks like. And another doozy right beside it. Nice. Right there, these are my favorite. About that size, easy to cut, easy to get a couple pendants out of. Mystery stones, you don't know what's inside it until you cut it because it's completely intact. You know, this one here is nice. It's about the same size, a little bit bigger, but it's already broken on the end and you can see what's inside. I like the mystery stones better. This little mudslide has been treating me well. I was following that wash over there and it had me so-so stuff in it. But this little mudslide down from this hill, I found, you know, that in 10 feet. Makes me think that that hillside might have some good stuff on it. There's a beast. Not very good once all fractured up, but it's a beast. Now that's nice. Completely intact. Beautiful size. That's an agate. And what looks to be another really nice one. Oh my goodness, look at the size of that one. It's a bit broken up, but it's a beast. Look at this crazy place I found myself. Way up in a draw. Though I haven't found any redskins up here in the draw, so I might be too far up. So I went up the right side of the draw, and there was no redskins. Came down the left side, and there's redskins all over the place. Obviously, those rocks there host redskin agates. Those rocks there don't. I call these dragon footprints. It's where a tree once stood, and all the roots burnt away right down into the ground. and it leaves this print in the ground. It looks like a, well, this one looks like a two-toed dragon. Often they look like a 3- or 4-toed beast that left a great big footprint. So this wash seems to be producing some perfect redskin agate nodules and some bigger, banded agates. Nice looking stuff. And I know exactly where this wash comes from because it comes from that bowl right there. That bowl empties into this wash, and I'm finding good stuff in it. I like it when I know exactly where it comes from. Well, I'm back down to the road from the gully. I thought that gully was going to be a bust. Going most of the way up it, I didn't find really that much good material. But then I hit the hillside. Whoa! That ended up being the best gully and hillside of the whole trip. Can't wait to get back to the truck to show you what I got. Okay, let's have a look. That's a pretty good haul. Now sure, lots of these need to be cut to see what's inside them. Definitely don't know what's inside some of these massive things. A lot of them are fractured. That used to be a geode. That'll need to be cleaned up. A lot of the agate's really fractured up. Some of this stuff will end up just going in the garbage probably. But we gotta clean it all up, see what it really is, and then I'll make that call. Now if you are trying to ask me, Dan, what do you need all these agates for? Well, I do a few different things with them. I sometimes cut them and polish them for, display pieces. Cut cabochons out of them to make jewelry. Sometimes we just throw them in the tumbler, polish them up for, little play stones. And of course I sell them on my website, www.danhurdprospecting.com. And the agate bags I sell on my website are from a variety of places. Every agate bag will have one of these redskin agates in it, and green skin from my other places, some river run stuff, all sorts of different agates in my agate grab bags. And that's what I do with the stuff. A little bit of everything. Well, my plan for this trip was to go and check out 3 different agate dig sites to see how the fires affected them, to see if, access was blocked, if there was washouts, what happened to the sites. Now, I got distracted at the first. I didn't even make it to the first site. The first site's up that road. I got distracted along the way and had a blast finding new agates in kind of a new spot. Absolutely love it. Now, for those of you who don't know sort of why I'm so excited about what might look like an average looking rock, I'm going to take these home. I'm going to show you what I found and maybe cut a few of them to show you what's inside, the treasures inside, the gemstone inside. Those other sites will have to wait for another day. That's the nice thing about not having to really follow a schedule. You make your own schedule, and if you want to break it, you break it. You do something more exciting. I love this life of prospecting. Now, yesterday I got chased out of here by rains because after a fire, rains can be very dangerous as they bring down mudslides. Today it looks like the wind is going to chase me out. There's wind coming up, and that's the other hazard after a fire, is a bit of wind. These trees are all very compromised. The stability is very compromised, and a good wind can knock them over, and that can be quite dangerous. So I've been listening all day for the wind, listening for trees to fall, and I hear that there's a bit of a wind picking up, so I probably need to get out of here just to keep myself safe. Well, I'm tired. My legs are burning from walking up and down these hills all day. Time for me to sign off. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me that like. If you haven't subscribed already, I hope I've earned your subscription. And a big thanks to everyone for watching, especially my patrons. Because of the support of my patrons, I get to make these weekly episodes of Dan Hurd Prospecting. And if you're not into the stones and the gemstones so much, I got lots more gold prospecting coming up very soon. Hope you're all having an amazing day. And until the next video, everyone. Bye.